on to part whatever of the cat expenses when doing a cattery. So right now, this is what happened. This mat, that mat, and the mat that's missing right there, and there's one outside, all of those left and got power hosed down and cleaned with like, I use toilet bowl cleaner, like all natural toilet bowl cleaner with like peppermint and stuff. So those got cleaned. This whole rug went through about 3 or 4 cleaning processes myself. It honestly would have cost me less money and time. Like the amount of hours I put in to get it clean, I could have just bought a new one for how much money I make in my other job, but I'm dedicated. Like I said, we lost a cat tree, lost a cat tree, lost a cat tree, lost the cat tree that was in there. That one has to go. It's also ruined, and so is this one. That one's already 2 years old, so we are gonna replace it, but that's what, 1, 2, 3, 6 cat trees, okay? And I vacuumed and scrubbed this whole floor by hand when nothing was around. I just think it's funny. I don't know, like, you know, when I first got into cat breeding, it was an accident. I literally had a Bengal who I hadn't fixed, got a female, and she was not even 10 months old, you know, bad cat breeder, no. And she got pregnant, and there were 3 babies, and I was like, I love this. And my first litter was easy. We had a few random little messes, like maybe 10 in the course of 3 months, maybe 10. And then out of my litters, I've had 11 total in almost 7 years. I would say 4 litters were a lot of work, you know, feeding, cleaning up messes, like a lot of work. I would say out of the remaining 6, half of those were about half that work, and then 3 or 4 litters were what I consider easy, like the first one. So, you know, a third of my litters have been easy, but some of them are not. And this right here, beyond the 20 hours or more of time I put in the last 10 or so days, it also cost me about $700 or $800 for this one event. And, you know, and the time, like, it's like, you know, yeah, half the year when I don't have babies around, it's easy around here. There's not a lot of food, not a lot of cleaning. But when there's babies, there's a lot of cleaning. There's a lot of food. At some point, I was going through 30 pounds of food a week. A week. Like, it's work, guys. It's not an easy job. You're paying for quality. It's a luxury item. Isn't my hair beautiful? And so another thing is like when this whole thing happened and the cats got sick and it was just the kittens who were sick, but they all eat the same food. So what I ended up having to do was I usually make all their food in advance. Usually once a week, I spend 30 to 45 minutes making all their food for the week. Well, I was having to do that every single day. I was gonna make food slowly and add supplements and everything back into their food slowly to find out if maybe the problem was one of the supplements. And what we ended up finding out was, I don't know if it was just random and coincidence that one of the kittens got fleas, which is weird because we don't let the cats outside like right now. Like, I don't know how that happened. It was too hot for them to walk, right? So like for a whole 3 months, they don't go outside. And so we don't know how that happened. I think one of the cats got diarrhea and I was like, oh, they must be sick. Well, cat diarrhea went away, kitten diarrhea continued. And so it was just, things go into making babies. Another point to bring up. So normally there's ways to keep litter off the floor, right? Because here's the box and it has a little walkway that goes down, so that catches litter. Then it gets caught litter here, and then there's this rug, so it's not all exposed. Well, because we couldn't keep these here because the kittens were making messes with them because of the diarrhea, none of these mats or the rug was here for an entire week. So there was litter everywhere. All the time, everywhere you walk. So every time we walked in, we had to brush our feet off and wash them afterwards. And plus, we didn't let the cats come out this whole time. They've been locked in here for 10 days. And so it's like, we're coming in here to see them, but they can't run the whole second floor they're used to. So they've been super grumpy and emotional and overeating because they're emotional. And of course, they're screaming. So we're dealing with that, you know, all throughout the day and first thing in the morning. And guys, breeding animals is amazing. It's this beautiful, wonderful experience. Like there's no words for when a kitten first opens their eye. It's usually one. Opens one eye, and their eyes, they're so sweet and beautiful and loving. And then they're wonderful. Look at that crazy boy. Look at that crazy boy. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? And so we love them. We love them around here, don't we, buddy? Hi, Yuri.